Miracle Monday. When you're obese, society can be unforgiving, but the more urgent concern, as this couple was finding out, obesity was leading them to a slow death. How did they drop over 200 pounds and add years back to their life? Welcome back, bariatric surgeon Dr. Clifton Thomas and his patients Brad and Carmen Willis. Good morning. All right, this is interesting because you're both nurses, so you understand the impact obesity can have on your body. But sometimes there's comfort when you are with each other doing the same things.
Oh, yes. There's a lot of comfort in who you are and the size you are, and that's something you have to get past.
Yeah. All right. You decided first that
Yes.
you would do something. What was it that brought you to that decision that I can't control this on my own? Although I know what to do, I can't do it, and surgery might be the answer.
You know, being a nurse. You see different things and fads come along, and you have all the different diet systems, the Nutrisystems, the Slim Fast, and you try everything, and you lose down, you gain it back, and usually 5 or 10 more usually, and then you see some other things kind of come along. But being a nurse, I saw the bands and the things that we were doing at that point, and I thought, that's not going to fix me. I've got to have something more restrictive. I've got to have the sleeve, and that's when
you decided
I approached
to do
Dr.
that.
Thomas, and we talked about it.
And he was also looking at some things health-wise that were an indication of the future for him, which was not that bright.
Well, that's correct. You know, when people are carrying that much extra weight, it affects every part of their life, but particularly their medical problems.
Yeah. Yeah, you had high cholesterol, high blood sugar, hypertension. You were at 318 pounds.
318 the day I had my surgery, yes.
That's amazing. Okay, so you had the surgery, started losing the weight, and then Carmen, you decided, wait a minute. If we're talking health issues here especially, at that point, it was conceivable that he was going to outlive you.
Yes, yes. And I looked at all my genetic factors because I'm a genetic ticking time bomb.
At 265 pounds.
Yes, and I knew that with my family history, that and like you said, we're nurses and we look at everything that's going on, that if I kept down the path I was going to turn into all the patients that I was taking care of. And I didn't want to do that.
Yeah, all right. Dr. Thomas, you heard them mention things like, you know, the Nutrisystem. If all that stuff can work for you, fine, but the sleeve does something a little bit different than some other surgeries do, even.
Yeah, first of all, there's no study on anything other than weight loss surgery that can any significant percentage of people do long-term to keep the weight off. And weight loss surgery is nothing more than a tool to help people change their eating habits. Right. So you know, the surgery's evolved to different things, but I'm a big believer in sleeve gastrectomy for two primary reasons. One, it's a pretty safe operation, and it's an incredibly great tool to help people change their eating habits, primarily because it feels very natural.
Right, right, the way that you're supposed to eat. Now, this is how, when we say the sleeve, how's the sleeve differ from some of the other surgeries?
Well, what we do in sleeve is we take about 2/3 of the stomach out. That leaves the upper 2/3 in a tube shape. It leaves the lower part natural.
Which means you'll be fuller faster.
So you get full faster, but that part that they're taking out has a lot of chemical influences that is affecting your drive towards food. So that drive towards food disappears not for surgery. You still like food, but it's like the food's not calling your name saying, come here.
Yeah. And so you get full faster. And also the thing that you've noticed is that people who may have had type 2 diabetes, it goes away.
Yes, so most people on insulin, we get them off their insulin, not a surgery.
Wow.
It's just amazing because that's how much control that little part of the stomach had on our body, that sleep apnea is usually gone within the first week. Spouses saying they don't snore anymore.
Yeah.
They say, I'm sleeping better. I have more energy the first week after surgery for lots of different reasons because their body just resets. And it's amazing that you can cut out a part of the stomach and that can happen.
Yeah. All right. Congratulations on your 17 years.
Thank you.
You all were looking at 17 years of marriage you're celebrating, but you all were looking back at pictures. Does it seem real that you were at that weight, or do you still feel like you're at that weight? I know sometimes it takes time for you to really realize what your body is doing now compared to all those years that you had before.
It does take time to realize that you're not that person anymore, but now that we're at this point and you see their old pictures, you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize we were that big. I didn't realize we looked like that. Because your body image does change somewhat.
Yeah, but you're looking at each other going,
It was an interesting moment
dramatic.
the other night on our wedding anniversary because we were looking for a picture to put on Facebook is what he was doing.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe it. The more we went through, we just kept looking at each other going, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And it was so beautiful because he looked at me and he said, let's never go back there again.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
said, we're not.
And with
we're
the
done.
surgery, you're not. Yeah.
Yes.
You love shopping. You love shopping now for
Yes.
clothes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I've been so lucky to have so many couples in my practice where one to do it and the other do it. And it's just amazing to see not only them, how they get their life back, but sometimes their marriage comes closer together.
I know what you're
too.
talking about, right? Yeah, I would imagine that. Yeah, things in that department are kind of rediscovered as well.
They're different.
Okay, but what would you say to encourage folks to go in? And sometimes it is a struggle. One partner may go in, the other one might not, but to do it together.
I think it is a great help doing it together. It brings you closer together, but there's a lot of struggles, a lot of issues that there's a lot of learning to have to do, and it's easier anytime you do something with someone than
To have a
doing it
partner
alone.
in that. Yeah, yeah.
When you have bad days, it's so nice to text real quick and
There's a candy bar
yes,
calling my name.
and, you know,
Don't do it, baby. Don't
that's
do it.
It's wonderful.
All right.
So,
If there's somebody who's thinking about it, because we know this sometimes, but the time that somebody actually does it and is thinking about it, sometimes there's a big lag time there. But you've written the book Skinny Jeans at Last, and the book is about the secrets to long-term weight loss, and you take people through the process, and so they can understand, one, it's not your fault. If you can't control it, that's okay. We have something in place to help you control it and add years back to your life.
So yeah, with the book, I tell a few stories. It helps people understand that they're not alone, that blaming yourself really doesn't do you any good.
Makes you eat more, you know.
Find a solution that works and then do what you need to do to make it work.
Yeah, because I see him wearing some skinny jeans right now. Okay, you can download a copy of Dr. Thomas's book, Skinny Jeans at Last, at CliftonThomasMD.com. And to book an appointment with Dr. Thomas, call 713-936-0777, 713-936-0777. Congratulations.
thank you.